Good morning. August 8th. No, what is it? August 28th. I don't know what date it is. It's August 28th, 2024. Yeah, sorry, a little late getting started. Uh, one was running a little behind, but then I couldn't get the VTuber model thing to actually work this morning. I had to close everything and reopen it. I was trying a few different things. That was all the fix was. Hey there, Megalyn. Oh no, Bubble missed the chance to be free first. No. Mia, congrats on being first. Yeah, I saw somebody else. Might have been Rari's channel. I don't remember. Somebody had a handful of those different, like, they have check-ins, they have the first, or they might have had second, third, just something like that. And I've largely was like, I don't get it. Why would you have those? But I guess the nice thing is that you can have it store those in variables, and so it actually will keep track of how many times each individual has checked in. I'm like, well, that's kind of nice. That's a neat thing to do. You like my hair there, Mia? That's why I was running late. I had to get my hair looking so nice and put on my uh, headband, I guess, my ninja headband. Yeah, the check-in is the one that I liked more. I don't care as much about having a first one, but I'll think about it. I look more alpha with hair. Thank you. Thank you. We need to pull up that. Oh, BSC always does it. There we go. Oh, I forgot about the Weezer one today. Yeah, that's going to be real rough. In 2 minutes, making that recognizable. Good luck, Bubble. It doesn't work that way, Bubble. I'm gonna go ahead and give you those points back, unless you want to pick something else you want drawn. It's up to you. 2 minutes is a strict time limit. Um, all right. So this was broken yesterday. Pull up. Oh, it came up and then it went away. All right. What was the error it was having? And why is it not working? Because there's barely anything different. Okay, let's see what's going on here. You like the give the hair one? Eventually, I'll create more hairstyles and just keep adding to it. Right now, there's about a dozen in there. Let me take a look here. And actually, hold on. It wasn't every hairstyle. Every hairstyle. It wasn't every test that fails. 14, 15, and 17, but 16 worked. Let's just make sure I have it typed right, because it could be as simple as that. So I think it is something with the code. Oh, there's the one I was trying to get to come up the other day. I like that one a lot. This is probably my favorite of the hairs that nobody else really knows what it is. Let me look up what himcell is. Um, I'm not certain I know. I see there's a VTuber named Save Him that apparently goes by himcell as well. Yeah, send me a reference because I'm not 100% certain what you're referring to. Oh, himself are the names of the fans. Uh, Do they have like a mascot then? I'm looking up. Save him. Okay. I see in there. Is it the goat looking thing? Like goat horn bunny thing? I guess it's more of a bunny with like little, I say goat horns, like little horns on it. I'm guessing that's it. It's in their Twitter banner. I like their character. I like the look. It's really nice. Their starting screen is very nice. Just poke it in over there. Little guy in slippers. All right, yeah, you'll have to just send it over because it's not what's coming up. Then if I skim enough, I might be able to find it, but it's not immediately showing up in my scrolling here. Yeah, they play some good games too. A lot of Dead Rising. I definitely approve of that. Closing that. Wanakani. Link. Yep. Okay. This should have no problems here based off of this. It's got to be in the code itself. So what is happening here? And what's the error it gave? It was just that it didn't match. Huh. Right? Yeah, I think all three of them. Yeah. Let's link. I just want one thing to check. Am I doing the right thing on each of these? Yeah, it looks like it. 2 days ago. It was during the debut stream. Iron came in and dropped 5 gifted subs. Big thanks to Iron there. They weren't able to stick around, but they wanted to show some support. That might fix it. That was the one thing I think I had wrong. Let's run this again. Yep, that was it. I knew I had something in there that was still wrong. Okay, so that all works. I think I've adequately tested various situations. That was with Blasterm suggesting a few edge cases as well. I think we're good. Make sure what it says here. The extraction functions, yep. There are no images or links, respectively. Just return a list with the original text node in it. Oh, I don't think I do that. I think I return an exception. Hold on. Yeah, no, it was like at the beginning of the debut stream. It was probably within the first like 5 minutes or something like that. Iron popped in and did that real quick. I think Iron is the top gifted sub person overall. I don't know if there's anywhere that stores like the overall, but I think they've dropped five some other time or something like that. Maybe they only did like one or two or three or something like that, but I still think that makes them the top because I've had somebody else. I know I've had somebody drop three, somebody dropped five. One of those could have been Iron. One of them was Rare, somebody I know named Rare, but doesn't come into chat often. They're just somebody I know offline more. Well, number one for the month. That's a monthly counter. I'm just trying to think of the overall. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's a place to see who has dropped the most overall gifts all time. Oh, there is an all time. How do you get to that? Oh, you can click that. Ah, yeah, you can. Okay. How do you change it to all time though? I see weekly, weekly top cheers, but I don't see an all time one. Where did my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Leaderboard settings. Oh, I can change the settings. The hamburger icon on the top left hand corner. That's not that. I don't see that. Getting over to your dashboard there, click the hamburger icon, preferences, then partner affiliate. All right, I could probably do it over here. Maybe not. No, where the hell do you do this? Oh, top left hand corner. Yeah, I'm in there. Preferences. Where the hell are they seeing this? I don't see where they're talking about. Then preferences, then partner affiliate. I feel like they changed the phrasing at some point because I do not have a preferences option. But I probably can get to it somewhere else. If not, I'm just curious. Okay, this might be in here. Partner affiliate. Ah, okay. Affiliate? Nope, this is definitely not what they're talking about. Community and recognition. What the hell are they talking about? Ah, I found it. It's definitely not where they're saying it is. This is old instructions. Uh, put it to all time. Go back. Probably have to refresh the page. Oh, Elder is the top. Elder and Iron are tied, both at 6. And top bits, that is Iron. Iron is given 2,000 bits. Anyway, I was just curious. Fun to see that. I'm gonna put it. Should I keep it monthly instead of weekly? Because it's not like I get enough that weekly falls off right away, but monthly might be better. I said it's monthly. I think that might make a little more sense. Am I coding like a Sigma? Well, I did finish, though I need to fix this. I did more or less finish the page here, which does mean I actually made some progress. That's essentially all this right here was to complete this page of instructions. Well, this and I think it was up through 9. Yeah, all this. So yeah, made some good progress there. Now, it does say if there are no images or links respectively, just return a list with the original text node in it, and I am not doing that currently. So I need to fix that. Right now, if there is nothing in there, I'm raising an exception, and that is wrong. So we're going to return. Oh, actually, that's different. That's if there's no old notes. That would be this. No, that's not even that. I think it does just work. You know what? Let's test it. I don't think I had a test happen. Let's do a new test. Uh, Node equals text node. Yeah, we'll do that. No images. Oh no. Just text. I think it's text. Okay. We can do a split link, split images. Okay. They're equal. You got. You are doing very skibbity, I'm assuming is what you're saying there. I am Mia. Hey Bruce, how you doing today? How's the RTS going? I was away for a couple weeks from doing coding, doing other stuff, and so I haven't heard how your project's been going. The stick figure did get an upgrade. Yeah, that was part of the reason I took some time off was that I was working on that, and that was largely done during that time, but it was mostly I was trying to get a bunch of other stuff done, and I didn't get nearly as much of that stuff done. But we're slowly getting more and more little upgrades here as well, just updates to the stream and uh, various assets, and there'll be more. I keep working on more stuff. Um, Most of it's probably going to be each weekend. I'll get a couple more things done or something. During the days, it's a little harder for me to get much. Should equal just this again. I think that's all it'll be. Did economy stuff, trying to get some basic city states to trade. Oh, okay. Food for wood, that kind of stuff. I wasn't expecting you to have trade in your RTS. I am not a big RTS player. I think we probably talked about it a little bit before, but yeah, I'm definitely more of the old school Warcraft 2 and Command and Conquer, where it was pretty much just, for me, amass as big of an army as I could, throw them at the other spot, and then just sit back and watch. No micromanagement, no particular thought. Just make big units, hope for the best. StarCraft, it was all about build carriers and let those carriers go nuts. Might not surprise you much, but I was bad at RTS. I didn't have a lot of wins. Oh, I didn't save it. Of course it's going to pass the test when it's still doing the same test. All right. I don't think this is going to work. Exception. No images to extract. Wait, I do have an exception built for that? I didn't remember I actually made an exception for that. I did. Oh, it's this else. Okay, yeah, we don't want to have that. Oh, because it splits it. No. Why is there... Hmm. Like, I could just return old nodes. And I think that fixes it. I'm just a little surprised that this does it the way it does. It technically it's correct. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is why. Because we're extracting it. There's none there. If there's none. Okay. Never mind. That all makes sense. I just forgot what this was actually doing. Warcraft 3 and micro is cool, but I do feel like you should be able to win the RTS with a good strategy, not just good micro. Yeah. So the idea with the economies that you would look at the map and capture the cities with big food production storage and not the one that produces statues or something makes sense. And probably does make for a much deeper, more interesting RTS. I haven't played any of the newer ones. Like I said, uh, Warcraft 3 is probably realistically the newest RTS I put time into, and I never even beat it. I liked it, but I never finished it. Hey, cowboy, and hello, the monkey. What's good? Coding, baby. Things are working out. Things are. We're gonna test this. We're gonna see if the change I just made actually works. Did I save it? I did not. All right. Yeah, it does work now. Okay. I figured it would. How are you doing, the monkey? Good, good. Perfect. You learning Python, or are you already Python expert? Where are you at in your coding journey? I'm assuming it's why you stopped in here. Most people come in at this time of day because they're into the whole coding thing. Don't append any text nodes that have empty text to the final list. Yes, I already fixed that. Your split node images, split node links functions will be very similar. Yes, they are. You can try to share code between them if you want, but I was a copy paste grug dev for this step. Yeah, I talked about that actually yesterday. I guess I'm just going to leave them separate as they are. You're all right. All right. You can use the split method with large strings as the delimiter, and it has an optional second max splits parameter, which you can set to 1 if you only want to split the string once at most. For each image extracted from the text, I split the text before and after the image markdown, for example. Oh, that's where I got that idea from. Okay. Yesterday, I was getting questioned why I had my split done similar to this, and I just like, I don't know, it works. Uh, but yeah, that would apparently be why. Looks like fairly advanced. I think it's somewhere more in like intermediate, I'm guessing. I don't 100% know. I'm learning it, so I couldn't tell you concept wise. I would need somebody who's more of an expert to be able to tell you where this kind of falls. But in this site here, so I'm using boot.dev. I'm not sure if you're here because you're familiar with it or not, but they have like this whole guided path to go through a bunch of stuff to learn. They say it takes up to about a year for people. Um, and I am on this guided project here, which this one got added when I was away for a couple weeks. But I'm down here on step 8. And, I've learned some kind of standard stuff, I imagine, for most people. Classes, inheritance was all this up here in 5. The functional programming was the one that really slowed me down a lot with recursion, function transformations, some of this other stuff here, like closures and currying. But recursion really slowed me down. I'm so bad at recursion. Even though I did do a little recursion in my code here, I actually managed it on my own. But anyway, I'm pretty bad with it. But we'll get into algorithms here soon enough, and it'll keep going. But eventually, it actually gets you into other languages still, because I'm going to be learning some Go. I don't know. There is more advanced stuff down here as well. That these are all optional. But like I said, I think it's kind of in the middle somewhere. So the project that I'm working on is building a static site generator. And generally, right now, the part that I'm on has to do with taking markdown language that's received in and spitting it back out, split up into parts that can then be understood as like by HTML. I think that's kind of what this is generally doing. I'm kind of doing the step by step as it has me go through it. So I'm assuming that's ultimately where this is going. But let's go ahead and run this test. I think I'm done with this page finally. And he didn't say no. Well, I think that might be more of a moral stance than Catboy. If you feel that it's best to pirate it if you can't afford it. He also didn't say yes. Yeah. Did he address it? Like, did he say your question out loud, or did he just not see it in his chat? Because I know he has thousands of viewers, so it could easily be that he didn't see your message. Oh, please run the following command. All right. Yeah, so I just took about 2 weeks off. And so yesterday I got back to programming for the first time after 2 weeks, 2 weeks in a day. And so I'm kind of slow getting back into things. And yesterday was a lot of staring at my code, trying to remember, like, what was I doing yesterday, or like 2 weeks ago? And why do I have errors? What are these errors? Um, so yeah, we're getting back into things. Okay. That goes through. Let's run the submit code. Oh, they changed the way that the code runs. Interesting. They just do a -s at the end. Used to be that they changed the word run to submit. That must be part of the upgrade that they had. Okay, this page is done. I can move on. Hey, Lord. Yeah, 3 times, so you don't want to spam it. You streaming to 18,000 people right now, so you didn't see. Yeah, I was going to say, odds are just didn't see it. He is a popular streamer. I would say, unless they have an open stance on allowing pirating of their stuff, you probably shouldn't assume that it's what they would want you to do. Sort of. So let me pull that back up real quick. The testing is only checking some very, very specific stuff. Now, earlier lessons, and actually I can show you maybe better by, let me clear this off the screen. There you go. So this right-hand side is really just like their testing stuff. And if I go to some of the earlier stuff that you learn, like when you're just learning basic Python, let's just pick kind of something, I don't know, in the middle here, maybe. It's just functions. Here we go. Give me one where I actually have to type something. Okay. So like this, when you do submit and run, it is checking against a very specific thing. It's making sure that what you submit matches exactly what they want to see. Now that I'm getting deeper in, what it's actually checking is just this, like right here. They're going to be running this little test code right here, and it's expecting an exit code. If it doesn't have the right exit code, then it would fail, and that's it. It's not checking everything else I've actually typed in. Yeah, so it's really not checking like everything I typed, but yeah, a specific X code. Every now and then, some of the other ones have checked. Let's see here. They've checked a bit more specific. Maybe over in this area here. I'm just kind of guessing my way because I can't remember 100%. No, these ones are still testing, like checking specific tests. There are some though that, oh, you know what? I know what section it would be. It would be when I was learning shells and terminals. In here, if I can get it to do it, if I can get to the right spot, there were some where it would run the test. I have no idea where. Exit codes. Oh my god, I don't know where anymore. Or they changed it because I don't remember this. I don't remember. They change their stuff pretty often, and with me taking some time off, they might have actually made it so they no longer test some of that stuff the same way. Because this doesn't look the way I thought it was. Yeah, I think they changed it. Yeah, I definitely don't remember constantly doing these submitting boxes. But anyway, any way you want. Yep, it's just more about the output. Damn, you got added. Yeah, the ad. I get 30-second ads every hour. Still doing the static site generator? Yes. And hey there, Genadies. How you doing? I'll probably be on the static site generator realistically for at least another week, I bet, because of how slow I'm going and getting back into things. Like, I just spent the whole day yesterday trying to remember what I was doing on that last page and fixing the code. They did say is the hardest page in the steps, so maybe the rest of this will go a bit more smoothly. I don't know. We'll find out. Part of the slowdown is that you have to create your own test cases. And so writing the code itself isn't always the longest part. It's like then creating all the various test cases and trying to think of what could go wrong and then having it go wrong and fixing it. Look into what IDE you should use. At this point, I pretty much only use Visual Studio Code just because that's what the different sites I've been on have suggested. But yeah, I'm sure there's other ones that people like more. I remember somebody in chat had a one that they liked that I might have favorited. No, I did not. They gave me the name of it and I forgot what it was when we were talking about what popular IDEs, and they said that they were using one that was not popular. But apparently it's well liked by those who use it. Unfortunately, I don't have the name. I'm sorry. Hmm. Yeah, who knows? Maybe eventually in the future I'll switch to another one I like more. I'm not sure. Try to put all the splitting functions together into a function that can convert a raw string of markdown flavor text into a list of text node objects. Create a text to text nodes text function. Here's some example input. All right, hold on. Pop up that. Text nodes text. Oh, stop hitting every button. Here's some example input. The text with an italic word and a code block and an image and a link. It should output this list of nodes. The function should be simple now that you've done all the hard work. Use all your splitting functions one after the other. Write a bunch of tests, run and submit the test from the root of the project. Okay. Found an article that states Thor has said that if you cannot afford the game, that it's okay to pirate it, but if you enjoy it and can afford it, then you should pay for it. Well, there you go, Catboy. Raid. I got to get my mind back to, well, not back, but trying to move to calling you a Raid. I keep forgetting. Yeah, Thor seems like somebody who would probably say something like that. I wouldn't. I'm not surprised that there's something out there of him saying like, yeah, if you want to, go ahead and pirate it. Okay, So we have all of our functions. They return split node. So I just need to have something that adds these together. Probably extends like I did here. Let's see if I'm right in my thinking. So we need, it just says do one after the other. So what do we have here? We had split nodes delimiter. Oh, but I have to do one for each delimiter. Okay. So we're gonna put text in there. The delimiter. Let's start with italics. That's actually the bold one, isn't it? Text type. I think here I just put bold. I wrote this particular code that I'm referencing here, like 2.5 weeks ago, and then had that break. So I don't remember what I did with this delimiter. If $2 to your name right now, then yeah, I think you might be in the bucket of yeah, it's okay to pirate now, but maybe pay in the future. I'm surprised that you were running into stuff of needing to be 18. I thought 16 was still kind of the general age for getting your first job at most places, at least for entry level. You need to be 18 at McDonald's and Tim Hortons, really? I think it was a single. Yeah, it was a single one. Alex, or is it italic? I forgot what it was. I think I always put italics, and it was supposed to be italic. Probably just find it up here. Italic. Yeah, that's what I thought. Probably just copy this. Code is just a single backtick. Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to do image. Yeah. Oh, wait. Let's just go and copy. Supposed to install some other package to be able to install VS Code. I don't even remember what I did to install it. Someone I know who works at local McDonald's said they don't hire students anymore because they can only work 4 hours a day and are entitled to a 30-minute break. Oh, or someone 18 plus can work 12 hours and is entitled to at most a 30-minute, but a 15-minute is still legal. That must be a weird Canada thing because at 12 hours, like even in the US where the workers don't have a ton of rights, you would still get more than that. At 12 hours, you'd have to have two lunch breaks, two 30-minute lunch breaks, and then what would it be? Three 15-minute breaks, I think. Images, and then Take a look here. Yeah, this is expecting it to be in a list. So I was thinking it was, but I couldn't remember. I don't think these ones required to be in a list, right? Yeah, they do. Okay, they all have to be in a list. You know what? Let's just save myself a little trouble here. I say save myself trouble. Still update all these. I still feel like this is not going to work. But we shall see. It should be simple. Yeah, it should, but I don't think it's going to work. I feel like I'm learning a lot on boot dev. It is definitely teaching. Yeah, I'm getting there. I think it's the perfect site for teaching? No, I've had qualms. I have things that I would probably change. Should my bold italic code, etc., be in enum? I don't know. um, I can't even remember. Did they teach me what that is at some point, and I forgot? Where would that have shown up? I don't even know. They don't have a search on here. Uh, did I work with enums before? Or however you pronounce it. I think I did, because I feel like we talked about them. I just don't remember where that would have showed up. Um, I think I'm doing coding streams on Thursday. It's a good thing to learn. At 12 hours, most places give 1 hour, 1 30-minute, 2:15. Yeah, again, that sounds like they might be either Canada has worse worker rules than in the US, or they're just abusing the employees. Bubble, enjoy those spicy wings. All right, let me take a look at what you got there. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I probably did learn that then, because I'm not recognizing what I would be doing there. The monkey. Their instructions here don't really suggest that I'd be doing anything like that. But I just may not know. That could just be me not knowing what I should be doing there. All right, I need to write a test here. I don't think this is going to work, but I still want to get whatever the error would be. Oh, I see what you're saying. It limits what can be typed in, or like what it'll accept. Remove most of the spice with towels. Why did you get them spicy in the first place then? Yeah, I have found, and this is one of the other regulars who's not here right now, is very big on like data types and stuff like that, and properly adding comments everywhere. And the problem for me is like I'm aware of what they are, but not practiced in a lot of that stuff, because pretty much every site I've used to learn various languages. Because before Python, I did some JavaScript for a few months, and um, did some HTML and CSS before that. But in all the coding I've done, like, they'll introduce something basically like that, but even when they do, like, step-by-step instructions, very rarely will they actually do anything where they'll try to enforce good practices with, like, putting in comments and using data type, uh, various data type hints or whatever they call those things. So, like, I know they exist, but things that are, like, there to make your code smarter or, better for all people to look at and read, more error proof, things like that, I just don't have it. It's not in my brain. You dumb lord? Hey, you're in the right spot then because I'm feeling that too. Hey, thanks for the raid, Smalls the Kobold. Hold on here, let me shout out. What were you doing there? You're also doing some software and game development. Welcome, welcome. Foff, I see you might have brought some folks over. Well, welcome. I am Will or Fool. You can call me either. People call me Will. I call myself Fool. I do coding in the mornings. What you're seeing here, we're doing some Python. I do 4 hours of coding every morning, Monday through Friday, unless I have something going on, but generally that's the schedule. I do 4 hours of streaming in the midday for my midday Pacific time zone, and that's going to be some sort of art related thing for usually about an hour, art or project related. Then I play games for a few hours with chat, and then I have another stream late in the evening where I play whatever I want. I just play more games. That's me. I play on the weekends as well. That's just purely gaming. I'm online all the time. You are all welcome to hang out here. But yeah, Smalls, if you need to take off because you've been streaming 100%, I understand. I do the same. I stream way too much. Yes. Here. I stream about 9 to 10 plus hours every day. I can't stop watching. Every Monday through Friday. Weekends, it's less. Typically, weekends, usually closer to about 6 hours a day. The followers, they're following. I didn't actually hear it. Did it play? I think I wasn't paying attention. I was talking. I was talking over it. I'm sorry. I'm assuming that. Okay, it did play. Yeah, I was just talking, so I wasn't paying attention to it. Sorry. The voices are getting loud again. You can hear them. You have one headphone resting on your head, not ear, and it sounds like someone is behind you. I really like my silly follower message, but it's also because it's based, like, I took it from a game, and I don't think anybody really knows where I got it from, I guess, because nobody comments on that. 3D sounding? Yeah, it does left and right audio. All right, sounds good. Python was the first language you learned. It's such an easy and friendly language. You love it. I wish it felt that way to me. But I'm picking it up. But anyway, yeah, thanks for the raid. Go ahead and take care of yourself. I'll catch you another time. Here, let me follow you back, and then I'll try to see what you're up to. There you go. It's easy until you do regex. I've done some regex. There's regex in here. Not in the test. There's regex up here. Yeah, there's a little regex for you. Just a teeny bit. It is not from Plock. Good try, Bubble. I should have expected that from you. I don't know why I didn't think you were going to say that. I feel like I wrote this wrong. Like, there's a small part of me that feels like this entire thing that I've written here is not doing what it's supposed to do. Maybe it's fine. I guess I'm not writing a node. I'm just writing text. From the best game, follow the leader. Not that either. That's Primogen. He pushed some regex once for the Netflix code base, and guess what? It was wrong. Whoops. Something that might be fun to add is for the raid alert, have it bring up one of the recent clips from the streamer. Yeah, I know some people do that. I've also seen at least one channel where they require the raider to, like, type something in chat if they want the clip to play, which I appreciated that one a little bit more because a lot of times the clips that play, I think, are just, to me, it feels really awkward. And it also, sometimes the clips are like stuff that other people have created that I haven't actually gone in and checked recently. And I'm like, why is this a clip? Everybody's sitting here watching me, and it's like the most weird, boring clip that somebody probably accidentally created or something. I don't know why it's there. So I get a little weird with the clip thing. I don't mind having clips on my channel. I have a whole bunch now, but uh, sometimes people make clips that I do not understand. I have gone in and cleaned out a few clips because I'm like, this clip doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you clipped this. It's sometimes the clip is me not even saying anything. It's like 15 seconds of me playing a game or me just being like, oh, there's the enemy, or some basic thing like that as I'm shooting them, and I'm just like, why is this a clip? Voices are screaming. I I do believe that that may not be my alert anymore, Foff. Good luck with Python. Thanks, Lord. Good luck with your IDE journey. If you go with VSC, if you end up sticking with that, or if you try something else, let me know if you find something else that's a cool one. Hell, you can push NeoVim on Lord. I won't stop you, but I'm not going to start using it myself. The thing that they have me call this? Text. Text. Oh, I need to import it. Okay. So it should be split text, and it should produce this, is the idea. NVim for everything. Yeah, I'm not a big NVim, NeoVim, all that fun stuff. No Vims for me. To get Finnegan to play a game, he would absolutely not. If anything, he'd probably do his normal and he would attack me. And I don't say that jokingly. He probably would. He hates my drawing tablet. So I don't think we're going to win him any favors by trying to get him to play on an actual tablet. Need one more indent? Is that why it's unhappy? Why is it not like this? What are we doing? Oh, just no. Why is it? All right, because it's wrapped in quotes. Fine. There we go. Yeah, I don't see it actually doing this. Oh, and then these need to be wrapped in quotes. I hit the wrong thing. Good idea. Yeah, I do feel like at one point I've messed up what it wanted this to do, but we'll just keep running ahead for the moment. And I might have to go back and fix this because they have these treated like variables in their example here, and only these have quotes around them. And I never did create these variables because I think at the time when they suggested it, I was like, what's this doing? I don't know why you want this to be in a variable. So I think this is probably wrong. But stop doing I'm missing the quote and I'm hitting enter. There we go. Okay. Finnegan loves races. He's so excited to go to take a walk. That is true. He does love walks. But you're talking about different thing. No, he is not a racist dog. Best part about Vim is the keybinds. I don't really care if you use VS Code, but I think you could love life so much more if you can keep your hands on the keyboard with motions. Ah, good point. Actually, I use mouse to read in Chrome, but not in code. I don't know why. Yeah, I do not care that much for that amount of hotkey usage. I don't feel necessary. Need to be able to mouse over things and read. Uh, yeah. Somebody just yesterday was suggesting. This was outside of the chat here. It was somewhere I was talking to somebody, and they suggested that I change my on-screen chat font to something else. And my only concern is for readability for people either with smaller screens or something or things like dyslexia, that it can make it tougher to read. I try to if you have any advice on stuff like that for accessibility, always let me know. I try to make the stream accessible in many ways. That's why I have like closed captioning as well. But you can use Vim motions in VS Code. Please don't make me do Vim motions. What font is it? They suggested the XC. What's the comic? I always forget. XKCD. XKCD font. It would look like that. And I said, well, I don't know. That might be tough to read for people with a small with a small chat box and with like things with dyslexia or similar. What font am I using? Oh, I don't even remember. I have pulled up. Let's find out. Might be Roboto. Roboto is kind of a common one I select for things, but I don't remember. Yeah, Roboto. Samsung S4 default font. I don't know it, but Verdana and Open Sans for dyslexia and ADHD. I could change it to one of those. Let me see. What do they look like? There is no Verdana here at this site. I'm a little surprised. So there are a couple out of alphabetical order there at the bottom. Open Sans. What's Open Sans look like? Do they have that one? Ah, I saw it. Clear chat. I'm gonna have another message come through to see what it looks like. Ah, okay. I like Open Sans. I'm good with that. Should font be a little bit bigger, or does it look all right? I can go maybe 18 or something. Oh, the Samsung font. Oh, that's I am not a fan of that font for like a phone. All right, I went a little bit bigger on the font as well. Maybe that'll also help just a little bit with readability. Is this not the original version of Lovely Day? It sounds like it'd be the original, but I don't actually know. Okay, we're good with the font. I'll leave it for now. Like I said, always let me know if there's anything that I can reasonably do. Oh, I need to get saved. Reasonably do for accessibility. That's within my abilities. I will say the original Lovely Day. Okay. Oh, Bill Withers. Very nice. All right, let me put that here. Still Withers is good stuff. All right, it's set to play next. We'll get 2 lovely days in a row. Came out in 1977. I just don't know the original song. I don't know the Alt J song.
Did you see?
I put
They're
Alt J
here.
on and I
They
know
followed
only
you.
like
They are
3 Alt
watching,
J
brother.
songs.
They are watching you. They can't stop watching. The follows. They are
Implement a
following.
bespoke
Thank you for the follow. It
LLM
is
on your
appreciated.
stream overlay. That's reasonable enough. That's all I need to do, right? That's just a small thing. And thanks for the follow. All right, back to this. We have not tested this silly thing, and I
Did you
expect this is
see?
all going to
They're
be
here.
super
They have
busted.
followed you. They are watching, brother. They
Oh,
are
and
watching
thanks
you.
again
They can't
for
stop
the
watching.
follow.
The follows. They are following. Thank you for the follow. It is appreciated.
Oh, did I not save it? I must not have saved it. Okay. Oh, apparently didn't save that either. Okay. Oh, okay. I do know this song, but I wasn't paying enough attention to the Alt J song to actually recognize that was this. String object has no attribute text. Yep. Yeah. Kind of worried about this. Having to constantly save the test code in VS Code is so painful. I'm not. It. What is Venv? I'm not familiar. Okay. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Just seeing what I have here. Yeah, lean on me. I know well. All right, that's set up. Separate space to install packages and such. Oh, okay. So you don't install all packages in your global Python bin. It's fine. It's best to assume that I just know nothing. So I probably would do that, Venom. I would just install whatever wherever. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. This is exactly where it belongs, and everybody's gonna be happy with me for doing this. Yeah, doesn't really matter to begin with. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, the other thing I pointed out for anybody who might be a little newer, didn't catch on earlier, I did take a little over 2 weeks off from doing coding as I was working on some other stuff. And so I'm coming back into this having been away for a couple weeks. And obviously, I'm still learning. It's not like I've been coding for years and I can just pick stuff up real quickly. So now I'm looking back at this code and it's just like, what was I doing 2 weeks ago? What does all this do now? Oh no. Oh, okay. I think I know the problem. And this might be, I swear I followed their instructions, but it still feels a little confusing in a couple spots. That I think I need to turn this text into a text node to be able to then feed it into all of these. Is expecting that. Champions of Breakfast. Yeah, you mentioned Champions of Breakfast the other day. Okay, it's on Steam. Yeah, I knew it was Pirate Software because that's your BFF. All right, let me put that on the list. when you start making stuff, you want to share it. It'd be a bit annoying to not have these packages separate. Yeah. Control C, Control V. You talked about Breakfast of Champions when we were talking about sales numbers in games. Gruntle. Split nodes delimiter. It is. Let me pull this up here. It's this whole nasty thing right here. And essentially, it would take in a text node. It would look for what the delimiter is that's requested. So either bold, italics, or a code block. And then it splits it into the separate elements. Essentially, you can see like right here that if it comes through as a text node with bold and it's wanting you to split out the bold portion, then that's what the delimiter is going to do. And then it splits it into the separate text nodes of text, bold, and then back to text. Yeah, we were talking about type hints previously. All right. Your Japanese translation of gruntle. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna find something here. Yeah, so we were talking about that earlier because I have one of my other regulars who's not here right now, who's very big into type hints and suggests type hints all the time. Um, I kind of just stick with right now going through the path of what they're teaching, and if they end up bringing up type hints and start enforcing it, then that'd be cool. Then it'll come up more. But right now they haven't. So while I could dig around and figure out type hints probably on my own eventually, I just haven't had it like taught to me. So I'm not very familiar. I know what they are. I just don't know like best practices and how to type them. The error, I'll check in just a second. I've got to look up the silly Japanese translation because Bubble always asks for ridiculous Japanese translations. So I'm gonna just see if gruntle can be translated for you in Japanese. I don't know it. That's definitely not one I've been taught, but I'll see if I can find something for you. I don't think I will though. I think you're giving me one that doesn't have a Japanese translation, which is pretty standard with everything you ask. Yeah, I think unfortunately you're going to get your points back on that one. I don't think there is a Japanese translation, so I'm going to send you back your points. And reject. There you go. Enjoy your points back. All right, you guys just don't want me to do anything. You're going to keep giving me stuff to do here with channel points. I'm just hitting play. All right. Only reason I became a Go fan man from a Python fan is because of types. Yeah, in Go it does come up in boot.dev. I will be eventually learning Go. So the error, let's pull that error up real quick. The error, puppy, get out of my face. Is string object has no attribute text, and it's because right now all the code is essentially expecting. If I go back to how this is written, they're expecting it to come through as text nodes. Um, like all the tests, and this is back to how they have you do it originally. They show you examples of writing some test code where you turn them into text nodes and then you throw those in, so they're expecting them to be text nodes. What I wrote here is not. It's just expecting text by itself, which I then put into a list because I remember it did require them to be in lists for them to go in, but I do need to actually convert them into a text node. Yeah, it's pretty obvious why it's breaking. I just need to fix that. But again, a couple people in chat just want to constantly throw things at me for me to take care of. So 1 second here. Let's put this song Is set up for next. There you go. All right. Let's fix that. The thing I'm not sure, like, should I turn it into a node here? Oh, interesting. That time the hair is behind Finnegan. I wonder why all the other ones the hair's on top of Finnegan, but not that one. Probably the order you did it. Text type text. What I was thinking of. Don't know. I wasn't watching to see how they popped up in what order. So if I throw node in here, will that play nicer now? What was it? Control F2? Yeah. Oh, except I also wanted to put this in a list. I don't think that's going to work still, but that at least gets past, I think, the problem of the string issue. Woo! What do we got? What is going on up here? I know I have it printing, but I don't remember what it's doing there. Okay, let me just see what we got. Hmm. I might have to go back through the steps and fix some stuff in the past that is probably breaking it now, because I think I did stuff that is not what they were wanting it to do. Poke through here and just see that I got stuff working properly. I think this is all fine. I think a lot of this earlier stuff is probably okay. Uh, ooh, yep, these look fine. Where's my test for text? Yeah, yeah, these are pretty basic tests. Create a main function, call it. The function should create new text node object with some dummy values. Main. I'm not doing anything with main. What? I've been using. Are they gonna have me clear that out at some point? Oh wait, main function. I misread. Paying attention. Yeah, this. Okay. Yeah, I think this is all good. And my tests are fine here. I don't think I need to worry about any of these. This is how you write your tests, which I did all that. Okay, we're good there. HTML node. 4 data members. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looks fine. They all default to none. Props to HTML. Trying to remember what I was doing with this stuff. I'm like, what is this code? Okay. Yeah, I think I largely get that. Turns it into that. Sure. Yeah, got my spaces. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. That's all good. Leaf node is a type of HTML node that represents a single HTML tag with no children. Called a leaf node because it is a leaf in the tree of HTML nodes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think all this is fine. I think it's pretty much mostly the inline area is where I think things kind of got real ugly. Could have an inline. Split delimiter. Way to render HTML nodes as HTML. We need to make our text node functionality a bit more powerful. Big dogs? Did I miss big dogs being requested? I must have. Oh, I did. Sorry, you guys were doing too many things rapidly while I was trying to also look at my code. Let me throw this in here. All right, it's next. All right. Model the text node. We need to be able to convert a raw markdown string into a list of text node objects. Yeah, I'm not into this song at all. Folder phrase in the middle should become that. Okay, that should be working, but I think I still have something wrong in how I have it set up. Yeah, we're not doing nesting. They told me not to worry about that. We have this. This is mainly the one thing I want to fix because I don't have this set up right. Did they talk about that? Yeah, okay. I have not watched Hunter x Hunter. No. Also, I tend to skip anime openings and endings, so the songs don't really stick with me anyway. I couldn't say this is a song I would be into it as well. So I know they created these variables. I think I mixed it up by treating these as strings, and I shouldn't anywhere. So I need to go clean up a lot of that. I think I misunderstood what they were wanting with that. Where did I start messing that up? Over here. Oh, because they have it in their results like this, but it's just because they have variables that represent that. But this definitely isn't required. I don't know why they actually have the variables for this instead of just putting what the types are. I guess I'm not too far off. It's just that my naming is annoying. I'm going to fix the naming of all this. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they feel that's the way to do it. But now the cleanup is kind of annoying. There we go. Back to something I would rather listen to. Yeah, that song didn't really do anything, even if it is apparently crazy popular. Is it also an anime song? Is that what you were saying? The other one is in a bunch of TikTok edits. Yeah, I don't watch TikTok, so I'm separate from what is popular on TikTok for sure. I know it may surprise you that I don't use TikTok, but there you go. I've let out my big secret. I'm so embarrassed that you know now. I mean, I'm not surprised that you use TikTok. Like, I think most of my chat is younger. At least those who are regular in the gaming portion. Those who come in during the coding, maybe less likely to use TikTok. But those that I know from the gaming type stuff that I do that come around, even when I'm coding, yeah, I'm going to expect that you probably use TikTok. Use YouTube Shorts more. I don't really dig around in YouTube Shorts either. I see some. I see very few specific channels that I'll check out some YouTube Shorts, but they're definitely not the probably the type that are the popular ones that you're probably into. Like I watch some science ones pretty commonly, science and education. I watch a few VTuber related ones here and there, not too often, but I watch some of those. And that's about it, probably. Oh, I watch some cooking ones. Every now and then I'll watch something that's like from a specific channel if it's food based. Thinking about it now, I could have just done a control F2 to get rid of all this, but I'm at the end anyway. Maybe this is a nice meditative journey I've just had to remove all these. I know you're here during the coding, but you know me from gaming. You come in during all the gaming stuff. There's usually a pretty big separation between the people who are here for my coding versus those who prefer the gaming. That's fine. I don't I'm not bothered too much by people who decide that they want to be here just for coding or just for gaming. Like, I get it. You try to come for everything. Make sure you take care of yourself too, by the way. You are around a lot. I want to make sure that you are giving yourself time. Okay. That probably doesn't make this any better, but we cleaned that all up. What does this do? It expects a node. Does this type actually matter for what it wants it to do? I don't think so. Right? Bill and I. All right. I have it open, so when I do watch the clip later, we'll put that on. I'll probably take a break in about a half an hour and we'll watch it then. Oh, pardon. Null nodes, delimiter, and node text. Yeah, because I don't do anything with the second part of it. And maybe I should be, but I don't think it really matters whether I call this text or anything. I could probably just put whatever word I want in here in the second category. What do they call this thing? Text node. It's just text type. Yeah, I don't think anything is done with it necessarily. Hmm. I don't know. All right, with all that changes, did I break everything? It'd be great if every test fails now. No, okay. Just oh no, yeah, every test fails. Oh wait, no, I scrolled up too far. Yeah, a bunch of them fail now. So they oh no, it's probably just because typos or that I didn't clean it all up properly. Let me double check. Oh, you know what? Split images. It's because here I got to clean it up here too. That's easy enough to fix. Yeah, because what it's generating is not now matching what it's testing against. Okay, I think that fixes that. There we go. We're back to only failing on the current test. I was fixing some other stuff there, Monkey. But yeah, I'll probably be on here for the next hour and a half. Like, I am not quick at getting through this stuff. Again, I'm learning. This is not me being somebody who knows programming and is just working on like a simple project. Like, I have to actually take a look here and figure out what's going on, and I'm very slow at getting through it. Huh. Demand I start blasting. Yes, I'm just going to start flying through this and there'll be no problems and no more errors. Every time I submit something, it'll just work. That's how it works. Well, I have them here, the italic and code. And they do, this is just telling what they tell you to do here. Let me go back to the actual, I'm not on the page anymore because I was fooling around with the other stuff. Uh, they do just say functions should be simple. Use all your splitting functions one after the other. Sure. It's what I'm doing. Maybe. Oh, wrong thing. Uh, that is all my splits, one after the other, with each delimiter and the image and link splits. But I'm still obviously messing something up. We take the text, we put it in a node, throw the node in, because these are expecting nodes. Just like as long as there's a single node, it can start with that. Let's see. All right, I need to get rid of the other print. This is way too much to look at. Get rid of you. Let me just see what it's doing when I do the first split. What do we get on both ends? Oh, I think I might be having an idea what's going to happen here. Text bold. Okay, text node. Yeah. Okay. So it definitely does the first one. And the problem is, I think the problem is that at this point, I should be putting the split markdown in here instead of the node, because all I'm doing is putting the same original node in each time. And then each time it's extending it, it's adding on the entire sentence, but split by different ways instead of like moving it forward with each chunk, essentially. Um, how would I do that necessarily? Let me look back. This comes through as a list, right? So if I just do the list with a -1 each time going forward and extend that on, would that, am I thinking about that right? Oops, -1. Like, does that make sense, or am I crazy here? It's always going to be the very last element or very last, yeah, thing in the list that'll be the remaining portion that needs to be continued to be split. Well, that's only because it's in order. When it's out of order, this won't work. Right? Let me just see what happens. Text node object is not iterable. All right, get out of here. uh, hold on. What do you mean it's not iterable? Oh wait, this needs to be in a list. No, it shouldn't. Split markdown is a list. We can see that when it does the print, because it prints it here. Oh, but the specific single element is not, which would be this, because that's all I'm feeding in. So yes, it needs to be technically wrapped up in a list for that to work. This is, ignore how ugly this is. This is me just seeing if I can get this thing to actually work, and then we'll go from there. I have the wrong amount of. Yeah, okay, that's the right amount. I see it now. There we go. Uh, Still, this might be really dumb. Still doesn't like it. What's your problem now? let me see the whole thing. Let's go and print. Well, let's print after the second one now and see what we have. If error, don't. That's my brain. This is text. This is text with bold. This is text, another block. Okay, so that. Yeah, okay. So it's still having kind of the same problem because it's adding on the entire sentence after the bold has split it, which is up through this, right? Something like that. Yeah, right there. And then it runs through the next time with italics, and it's doing the same sort of thing, but it's only splitting from after the bold. So it's splitting this portion with italics, but adding that entire thing on there. So it is still getting a lot of repeat stuff getting added on over and over. Which tells me maybe my splitting is not happening correctly. Maybe I wrote these original things incorrectly because they worked on the test that I ran, but not for this sort of situation. I think I need to carry the two if it was only that easy. Hmm. What's this return limiter? Okay, it's just going to be the node, which will be a list of nodes. I could, and this is getting, again, really silly with it. Pardon. I could also just have it return back 0 to -1 so it doesn't keep adding on that last portion. Is that right? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Um, for amusement, let's go ahead and just do it on both these and then print that and see what that looks like. Woo! It apparently did a bunch of text bolds over and over. Uh, where's the print? I have no idea. First differing element. Second list contains 5 additional elements. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's like, oh, it didn't count. No, it's you have a typo. Yeah, you spelled that wrong. There you go. I haven't been paying attention, but I've yawned several times during this stream. I don't think all of them have been counted. I'm getting some free yawns in there. All right, get rid of this nonsense. I think I need to just fix the earlier ones. Is ultimately it. Like I think I made them work, but they worked only as far as I thought they were supposed to work. But now that I'm getting deeper, it's like, oh, these don't work how they should. Yeah, it's a good song. So I think this is a big part of why mine is not working how it's supposed to. Is that I'm supposed to do something with this text type, and I never do. Like, they have me create it, which I do. It's part of the output, and the text type is accurate for all that. But I think ultimately, I'm supposed to ignore everything that doesn't have the text type that comes in with the request for the function. And the problem is, I just never worried about that. I just took the delimiter because the delimiter and the text type, I'm like, they're just asking for the same thing. If the delimiter's there, then I already know what the text type is that it wants me to edit, and then I would just still split everything up. But ultimately, I think I'm supposed to be doing like ignoring some of the information that it provides. I think. Still trying to understand. Return new list of nodes where any text type nodes in the input list are potentially split into multiple nodes based on the syntax. Example, given the following input, it returns that. Yeah. Are you just asking, like, what am I doing now, Bruce? I don't know if that's what you mean by what's going on. I'm just trying to figure out how to get this code to work. And I think I wrote the code bad earlier on, the stuff that I did a couple weeks ago, where it worked for the test cases and what I thought it was supposed to do. But the problem is now that I'm having to incorporate it into other stuff, it's not working. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, it's just, and this is kind of the danger now that I'm writing my own test cases, is that I can almost write the test cases. I think what happens is I'm writing the test cases to work with what I think it's supposed to do, and I didn't actually write it to test for like what it probably should have been doing. And that's when I'm going back and looking at the previous like instructions that I've already completed to see if I messed up what I actually had it doing. And I think that is the case. But yeah, it's definitely part of the problem here for sure. Yeah, so this is part of like what I'm probably not doing correctly. And I'll notice not a text type, just add it to the new list as is. We only attempt to split text type objects, not bold, italic. Yeah, and I don't have it doing anything with this, I don't think. This is a horror movie. I don't think this is a horror movie, Bubble. Beauty of the function is that it will take care of inline code, bold, and italic text all in one. The logic is identical. The delimiter and matching text type are the only thing that changes. For example, for bold, for italic, and backtick for code. Also, because it operates on an input list, we can call it multiple times to handle different types of delimiters. I really like this movie. La La Land's a good time. Okay. So I think I need to add something in here that checks whether the type is text. That's the only time I care to do anything with it. That's a odd habit there, Bubble, and probably a somewhat unhealthy one. So maybe figure out something to get you away from doing that. Stop wearing shorts. I guess it's the easy solution. I'm gonna start changing this. This is gonna break like every single text or test, not text. Um, okay, so we need something that's like if node, what is it? Type equals does not equal text. You just continue. Something like that. Was type the right thing? Let me pull open text node. Text type. Yeah, Bruce is not into that. Hmm. I know this isn't going to be the fix. Like, I feel like I almost need to rewrite a big chunk of this, but I'm trying not to. Yeah, I think I saw something that it's a couple years out. I thought they gave a year already what they expected to be out. All right, skip a good song. Why not? Bubble's just being a hater. Yeah, it won't be appended, which is part of the problem. So that's why I'm trying to think of what I actually want to do here and what it should be doing. You have history and beef with it. All right, fair enough. Welcome back. Um, yeah, because ultimately the problem is that down here, and maybe it isn't anything up there. Maybe this is largely fine, but I know it's not doing exactly what they described. I don't really get why does it take that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess it's just to make sure the delimiter and text type match, but it almost feels like it doesn't need this text type because the delimiter is telling you what it is. Yeah, the instructions are pretty open. We can call it multiple times, handles different types of delimiters, write a bunch of tests. What is the song? It's Video Games by Lana Del Rey. Should be in the top left corner. It's a little small, but I do have the song stuff up there for the time being. I do have some goals in the coming weeks to finally update overlay stuff. Still be quite minimal, but it'll at least be a little more obvious with stuff like that. Um, yeah, if an old node is not a text type, just add it to the new list as is. We don't attempt to split text type objects. All right, you're picking a song and you want to skip this song. Bubble, you're going to use up all your points by skipping songs constantly. I'm getting the other one pulled up. There you go. Yeah, regular text, bold, italic, and code. Yeah, I'm really not looking forward to this series of songs you guys are going on. Yeah, I kind of like in my head I can kind of picture what this should be doing probably. Yeah, I've talked to people about some of that 7 TV and what's the other big one. I'm assuming you mean there. So, general idea I think is that if I have a text node that is not text because I've already split it, like here, then if I'm passing it back through, it would ignore it and just add it on. But if it's a text one, then it looks to see what it needs to split, and then it would like put that in. It would essentially split it and then put it into place. But it would get to code. It would then just flop code back down, and then it would go to the next one that's text, and it would check. Oh, do you have any delimiters here? Let's split that. Like concept wise, I get the concept. I think at least I feel like I do. It's more that I think my code just needs to be better written to handle that. Yeah, there's a skip song. I was wondering if that was going to come up. I am going to. This is going to upset Bubble, but I am going to actually limit how many times skip song can be used. I said that the other day, and I forgot to put that in place. All right, each person can only skip 3 songs per stream now. So, Bubble, you better pick your skips accordingly. You skipped too many songs, Bubble. Oh, did you skip another? I didn't. Where did that one pop up? All right. There you go. I saw you say sorry, Elton, but I didn't actually see you redeem it. Yeah, it's not in chat for some reason. It's over in my feed, but it's not in chat. If not old nodes, that would only be true if the value is falsy, but even in an empty list would be valid input output. Let me pull that back up. Oh, this here. Yeah, I thought they had something in here about if there was no nodes. I don't remember. I thought they had something that they suggested having that in there. That might have just been my brain being like, "Oh, I need to have some sort of exception in case." Yeah, they do mention something, I thought, but I probably just did it wrong. I don't know where they mention it. They do have this exception if there's not a matching there's not a matching closing delimiter. But I thought they asked for this, but yeah, if this is not doing anything, we can get rid of that. Do you just want the first song? Just play the first one? All right, we'll just play the first one. There you go.
Oh, you know what it's called? Because I think I found somebody who split the songs up. So if you know the name of the song, I could probably just play the first one. I just don't know what the songs are in order. I swear you got to have used up most all your songs. Oh, I Can't Tell Myself is the first one. I see the title. All right, give me a second here, Bruce. There you go. Got the Kanye one set up for you. 1819. The if in line 19 will never be true. Except I think it is because it worked for all the tests that I had that related to that, I thought. Pretty positive. Because oh, never mind, it can't, can it? No, that's for node, not for node split. So split is going to split the node, but this is checking the original node, not the node split. So generally it's checking to see if it comes through where the very first thing is a delimiter because it started with one. Because then it changes what order I would be adding, essentially splitting and adding things. But I still think ultimately it's doing this the wrong way, I think. Like I said, I feel like I kind of have to rewrite this whole function here in some way at least. All right, here's your Persona 4 Kanye mashup song. But I think I do need to just scrap this and rewrite it at some point, or at least some of it. Let me let me mull it over. I need to take the dog out for a break. It's the 2 hour mark, so I'm gonna step away real quick. Uh, we were talking about this yesterday. I didn't look into it deeper. Yeah, I was gonna play ads. I don't know how to run a longer ad. Hold on here. When I step away, um, ah, there's buttons here. Okay, there we go. I have a button now for it. I'm fine with some hints, Bruce. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and step out. The dog is standing on me. He knows it's time. So we'll put him up there on the screen. Enjoy some Finnegan on the screen while I step away. Also enjoy me disappearing off the screen while I step away. I'll be back in a few minutes. I am gonna go ahead and play. I'm not crazy about it, but I get the point of it. I'm gonna go ahead and play just 3 minutes of ads. So please mute it. Just don't pay attention while I'm away because I'm gonna be away for 3 to 5 minutes anyway. I'll be back here shortly, and see you then. I'm back. Give me a second to get myself on the screen again. I'm not like the fancy big corporate VTubers where they have a separate work phone. My normal phone is my work phone. I'll leave Finnegan pictures up for a second while I get this working again. Okay, yeah, it's up again. I just want to make sure. And OBS, where did you go? Yeah. Whoop. I'm in the corner. Hi, Finnegan. This song is perfect for a Finnegan slideshow. Was that the Stranger Things song? Running up the road? Yeah. I am back. Yeah. Yeah, I always need about 3 to 5 minutes to take Finnegan out, and just kind of depends on how quick he is. Sometimes he goes out, goes pee, runs right back inside. This time, he just meandered around. Took me a little coaxing to get him to come back in after I figured that probably close to 5 minutes had passed. So, just kind of depends on him a little bit. He is built a little like a deer. Yeah. All right. Take a look at what we got going on here. So, again, I think this is going to definitely change up what it's doing. Split. The thing is, should I end up making this more recursive? I do slightly confuse myself also because I ended up factoring it and making this like tiny little function here just because there was some duplicate steps happening. But yeah, I think this whole thing here with this, I guess it'd be control. I think these in particular are probably what makes this really messy. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. Maybe it is ultimately fine. But I feel like it should be recursive. They don't tell you to. Yeah, I that's what I'm thinking, is that I'm going to rewrite that. You would not use recursion? The no nesting rule. Yeah, they do say no nesting. I thought that when I created it, at first I was like, wait, did I create it so nesting works? And I wrote up a test to see if it did, and it 100% did not work. I think it's actually, I don't know where the test for it is. I think it's this test. Yeah, this is the test where I was seeing if nesting would work. I believe it is. Yeah, inside italics I had bolded. It definitely did not work. Don't need recursion? I like the idea of recursion with it. uh, not that I like using recursion, but now that I'm getting a little bit better of an idea, like I used recursion down here, which is why it comes to my mind. Or did I end up getting rid of the recursion? Hold on, split node. No, I did right here. More importantly, all right. Give me the more importantly here. Oh, when it doesn't have matching. Give me a second. Let me skip the song here. Where's my music player? Y'all skip way too many songs. I think it's a generational thing. What does your function do when it gets this oopsie daisy? What is happening? Yeah, so they do mention that. And I don't think I wrote anything to double check because it was right here. If a matching closing delimiter is not found, just raise an exception. And I don't think my code checked for that. I just put if the delimiter is not in the list, but I don't have an exception for when it's not a matching. So essentially, it needs to It's in there, but it's just messed up. So it does check for that. Is that what you're saying? Is it with the split? Because the split would somewhat handle that, I would think. But that's probably where it's messed up. Hmm. I'm not sure how I would check that easily. I know I need to split, but I probably need to do a check first before I split. Here, let me get rid of this. Like, the only thing I could really think of, and this is probably not a great way to do it, is that I would take whatever delimiter is being requested, I would remove it from this list of accepted delimiters, and then I would check to see if any of the accepted delimiters are. Well, that wouldn't be it because it's got to be They could be in there still. They could just be later on, so that's not going to be it either. How would I check it in order that there's not another accepted delimiter until it closes? The other thing I could think of is if I split by a delimiter, the other delimiters would need to be paired within a split for it to be true. If there's not an even amount of them, then they're not closing up before they get split by the split. Yeah, I know Thor's not a big fan of Blizzard, having worked there for some amount of years, whatever it is that he did. But is that kind of what you're? Wait, let me. Yeah, okay. I thought you maybe said something different. Is that kind of what you're thinking there, Bruce? Am I thinking in the right track? Kind of, yeah. Like, my silly solution would essentially be split it, but then run through the every node and check, does it have pairs of delimiters? Is it like equal? Yeah, are the delimiters even? 0, 2, 4 of them, whatever it might be. That's the way I could think of to check whether the delimiters were actually correct. And if they're not, then I would raise an exception. Yeah, because I could use count then to do that. Would it not work for the one that you suggested? Hold on, let me copy what. Let me just go to a blank spot real quick. So in this case, if what I'm saying would happen, if we're splitting it by a delimiter, whichever one you pick, let's just say this is our delimiter, it would split here and it would split here, and then I would check each node for 0, 2, 4, even pairs, modulo 2. And so this one would have an error because it doesn't close properly. That's how I was thinking it should work. But also, hold on. I guess I don't know what HTML would do in this case. Wouldn't There's no actual problem with this how you wrote it though, right? Because wouldn't this portion be bolded, this portion be italics, and this single word here would be italics and bolded. So there's really no problem that they're not closing properly, right? In terms of like in the right order. Or does that not how markup works? Just test it in Discord, I suppose. Hold on. I'm going to just type this exact thing in Discord and see what it does because I'm curious now. Okay, no, it does not like it. You cannot mix them like that. Okay, that's my answer. So yeah, my thought there of checking it after splitting it would work. I think. Again, I say it confidently. So we would check the node split. Oh, that one doesn't really work. His mohawk doesn't really sit on his head. His head's too small for it. Um, for Iron Range. So essentially, do I need to have a separate for node in node split? Probably can't call it node. I'll just call it nodes. Whatever. How does count work? But the problem here now. I guess if any delimiter. Oh my god, how did I check this? Like I could type each one out separately. But this feels like a really inelegant way of checking this. Yeah, I think this would work. Probably. Did I change anything else at this point? I can't remember. I don't think so. So, do all my tests still pass? Other than the most recent one? Yes. Well, let's write a test then. Let's do your oopsie poopsie here. I'm just going to grab one of these. Just cut down a little bit on how much I have to type. Sort of. Okay. Let me grab what you wrote in there. I'm just going to use that. All right. Okay. So in this case, I forgot, how do I do these? No, it's assert raise. That's what it is. This was, I don't even remember what these were called. Split delimiter. I think that'll do it. No, it did not like it. Oh, missing required. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. There. Object has no attribute. Oh, hold on now. Isn't that how you type these? I gotta look. Just make sure I typed it the right way. With self-assert raise. Raise. There we go. Okay. So it does raise the exception now. So that does check properly. And it doesn't break any other one, which means that whatever I put there, that extra code does not break other tests, which I'm happy about. It still doesn't really fix how this needs to be rewritten. Let me think. What are we doing here? But you don't think recursion would be good? You're probably right, but I'm just trying to think of how to do it. All right, let's get rid of this nastiness. How about that? And also, in doing so, I'm going to get rid of this. We do need to do something for node and old nodes, delimiter in node text. I think that's fine. Split node plus equals node split because they're both lists. I don't know. What do I got going on here? Oh, yeah, I got split node and node split. You like that? I don't know. At this point, I kind of have a decent idea of what's happening, so I don't want to probably mix it up too much with the names. But yeah, those names are probably not great. Here, let's rename this. I don't know, nodes to text node. Does that make sense? It's splitting it though. Hold on. It's actually text to split nodes. Maybe that. And then this. What is this? Nodes without delimit. There. Those are very specific. Output nodes. That's fine too, I guess. I could do output nodes and then keep the other one split nodes. I'm so bad at naming variables. Output nodes, and then we'll keep this split nodes. Oh, you like node without delimiter? All right, I'll keep node without delimiter. I thought it was too lengthy. But now I have to rename this stuff. This is output node. That's fine. That's fine. This is node without delimiter. All right. I think that's all that needed to fix there. Oh, and down here. All right. Okay, what did I... So this here is what let's just remember what I was doing here. Yeah, if it's not a text type of text, then we just simply append it. And that will get rid of the need to check whether it starts with or not a delimiter, I think. I'm just thinking, how would this work? Oh, okay. I remember. So the reason I was checking for that, well, it shouldn't be needed. I don't think I do need to worry about that. We can just do the split without worrying about that. So then we split it because we have text. I am going to have to probably fix my tests because I just realized my tests are really bad now. What do I do with this text type? Because this is different than this. Yeah, these should not be saying bold. These should all say text. You think the split does? I think I was just understanding how to use this incorrectly. I still don't really get the point of why they have a third parameter here, this argument of text type. Because the delimiter tells you what the text type is. Like there's that. The only thing that would be wrong, I guess, is if you want to check whether the same, but it's like I guess that would check to see if somebody put the wrong delimiter request in for the wrong text type, like what their intention is. It's just giving a word for the delimiter. I'm kind of right now. I feel kind of okay with the way that's splitting. I just need to change how it handles it. But I could be having the wrong idea. I just don't really get what to do with the text type. I feel like there's nothing to do with it. So I'm going to ignore it for the time being until maybe it pops up and like, oh, this is what I could do. Yeah, so this is where I mentioned this is wrong. So these should be text because they always come through as text, or I could, do some tests where I send them where they're not text. But the general idea is that you get this string here that's going to be called text because it's the main thing. And then it'll split it. But when you splits it, that's where you get your bolds from or whatever. But it's more that I mean, just like this function doesn't need it. I don't get it. Yeah, I get how it splits. Like that's not. I'm totally cool with all this. This just seems entirely pointless. Or sorry, this is what I meant to highlight. This seems entirely pointless because this just matches the delimiter. You'll see it like right here. This is how they call it. Delimiter of a backtick, and it's text type code. But you don't do anything with text type code. And the only thing I could think of is that it's just a cleaner way to reference the backtick. Like if I wanted to say, oh, is it checking whether it has text type code, which just means backtick? Like I just check backtick. And like I don't get the point of it. So I last time I wrote it, I don't think I did anything with it, and I'm still not doing anything with it. But anyhow, all right. Let me see. What are we doing here? So we split the text, and this I made it an else. So if it's text, if it's not text, sorry, we just simply append it, and then we move on to the next node. But if we do get a node that the type is not text, or sorry, that is text, I keep saying it backwards. We're gonna split it based off the delimiter. So the one thing I think I keep adding an extra line. I think the thing I need to check for. Why is it not doing anything? I don't know why, but my delete key is not deleting anything. Maybe there's a bunch of lines ahead of it. I didn't realize. Is I guess it could just be within the same for loop, really, because I just need to go through these nodes. So essentially, if the node is empty, then I want to continue. Because that's going to be the case of like where it starts with a delimiter, and when it splits, it'll have an empty, the very first node will be empty. And I don't want to do anything with it. I think. Again, I could be wrong here. there's only one use of the delimiter, it's easy, but I have to write this so if there's more than one. Yeah, Catboy, you and Bubble went nuts on music stuff today. Well, you kind of always do, but you two love to constantly give me stuff to do there. I do want to see if I can get it tied up together with Firebot, so the channel points, you could skip a song and it'll automatically do it without me having to manually see it and go over and click it. But that'll come later. I'll figure that out. Yeah, I'm glad Bubble skipped your poker face. The other thing is I could make song skips just cost more, and then I can make them not have the limit, but that way people just burn through their points if they want to skip songs a bunch. Like, I feel like I need an incrementer in here, which is why last time I did it where it was a range, and I just like, yeah, I remember I used that because of this sort of situation of where I needed to see if it was an even or an odd node. I do not know what ISS is, other than the International Space Station. I think I need to have something like that, something that increments so I can actually check if it's an even or an odd. Because if I have a sentence that has two different bold sections in it, I need to account for that. And it would be, every odd node would be bolded then. Oh, it's that Chris Hadfield one. I'm familiar. Well, actually, I don't know if I know that specific song. I know him. He sang "Space Oddity." It was like the popular thing he did. Well, let's do it with a. I can do it a couple different ways. I could just do the counter separate. And then increment it in here. Check the counter. We would append it. And actually, calling this a node without delimiter is probably not great because it's just text. It's not a node. That was actually confusing me for a second. Oh gosh, got a whole bunch of things to fix. I just remembered. This is actually the one good spot maybe of using text type. Because I need to put what the word is, and this will just be, it'll come through. Oh, you know what? This was doing the same thing. I think pretty much is that up there. Hey there, Blasterm. Yeah, it could be translated internally probably with that, but I think this works. Should we see if this breaks every single test? I don't know. Is there anything else that I'm missing on this? I think we got the majority of what this is supposed to be doing. Oh, I don't have the counter going up. Hold on here. Oh, except I need the counter to go up. Okay, this is kind of silly. Like, I don't want the counter to go up if the text is blank. Oh, but I want the counter to go up either way. Sorry. I want the counter to always go up. Maybe it should start at -1. And that way it goes to 0 for the first one. I think that'll be fine. I do need to fix, like, all of these nodes here. Because, again, I misunderstood how I was supposed to be typing these. Now I get it a bit more. Not perfectly, but better. But these should all start as text nodes. Okay, I think that's fine. And these ones don't require nodes. Actually, it does. How come these ones did not? Oh, because it was just doing the extraction. That's why. Okay. I think. Okay, we're caught up. Well, we can give this a shot. I think everything's going to break in a wonderful way. No, wait, ran 25 tests. How come the other test didn't run? Failed to import test module. Oh, did I rename something? I didn't think I did. All right, hold on. Let me look back at that. What's your problem? Test inline. Expected a colon. Oh. Right here. That just kill all the tests. Well, it didn't kill every test. 19 is the one I've been having problems with, right? And then 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, I think they're the only ones that specifically are using this thing that we're changing. I'm not sure if I need to use that right now, Blastoderm. That's 19. 2. Okay. So it just didn't do any of the splitting. Why did this one not split at all? 2. All right. Text node with bolded text inside the node and italics tucked in as well. Okay. So it should just be splitting the bold. That's all that's being requested. The accepted delimiter is fine. Output nodes. Node and old nodes. We only have the one node. It's just double check. Yeah, we're just submitting one node in here. Just fine. If the node text type is not text, then append the node. So it shouldn't be doing this, but I could test it. All right. Blasterm's coming in with music now. Here, I'm just going to go next to it. Is that the right title? Yeah. There you go. All right, let's see if this is printing here. Also, did I never save this? Maybe that was part of the problem too. I don't know. That might actually be part of the problem. Oh, I think it was. I didn't save it. Never mind. The other test now worked just fine. So 3 didn't work, though. Node with bold text inside the node, and italics tucked in as well. I'm doing bold. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, it's because I'm nesting? Oh, yeah, I am. I'm nesting it. Okay. I was seeing what was happening here. So we're running the bold one first, and then putting that into the italics. And the output here, what is happening? Somehow it's losing the very first line, I think. Because I think the plus means that it should be there and it's not, right? Mine's starting here with the bolded message. So if we're feeding this through first with the bolded, I think what's happening here. Yeah, bold first with the node. It should give me 3 nodes. Text node, a bold node, and then a text node. And then when it goes back in, it'll have 2 text nodes. Yeah, text, bold, text. It'll run through all 3 of them. If it's not text, it'll just do that. If it is text, it checks if the delimiter is in the node text. Oh, I don't have an else. I had it, and then I got rid of it because I thought it was for something else, I think. It just needs to append, I'm pretty positive. Because it just means there's nothing to split, so just throw it on there. Okay. Yep, that was the problem. Okay. So with the change, everything works again other than the most recent test that is still broken. Which makes me wonder, they say to just do them one after the other, don't they? Use all your splitting functions one after the other. I got all the tests to work. So what we had, yeah, the other than the most recent one, other than the one that's related to the actual part that we're on. But it still doesn't fix my issue down there. It is probably better written than what I had before. I will say that. I think we've cleaned it up and gave a new exception case that we needed to account for. It's maybe not the perfect. It's maybe still not perfect, but it's better. It at least works without needing to be split out into like a side function and everything. Now the problem still comes in that that's not what I want. That by running these one after another, it's still taking too much information. Like it's every time it extends, it's adding on way too much. Just put these back to nodes for the moment. Sure, yeah, go ahead and post it in Discord. But they can help organize, but it wasn't necessary. Like I was doing stuff that was just extra wordy, so it wasn't really needed. Prints and inputs for your convenience when you try it out. So let me think. Now that we have this, like nesting it makes sense to me, but they don't tell me to nest it. They say run it one after the other. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I know we talked about this before when I first was trying it. Maybe it's just split markdown, and now I don't need to do the thing what I was doing before, where I was doing the like last part of it, the -1. Maybe just putting split markdown in all these after it's been done once is fine. All right, I'll change that in a second. I'll line it up, I should say. All right. Come on, YouTube music, please. Doesn't want to play it. Hold on. There. It's set for next. This is a very good exercise, though. It is a rough one. it is a challenge for me. That's for sure. Okay, that still didn't fix it. I was hoping it would. Well, the problem is also, should I be extending every time, or should I just be making it equal? I feel like it just needs to equal, not extend. Right? I could be wrong. I very likely am. But I think each time it's modifying it, and so I don't need to add to it. I just need to replace with whatever the newest modification is. Yeah, it's lined up for the next song. You are welcome to also spend to skip a song if you want, if you really want to get to yours quicker. But otherwise, it is lined up next. When you're done, you can basically write your own programming language. I am not going to do that. Not at this time. Anyway. Oh, unmatched. Hold on here. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention when I was doing all my change in there. I don't think I saved it. There. Still failed. Name extend is not defined. All right, hold on. I didn't mean to keep an extend in there. Sorry. All right. Let's see. What does this do now? Well, I feel it's getting closer because it did actually do all that. It separated all that. It's just when we got to the image is where it broke. And it might be that I need to rewrite the image and the link one to be closer to what I did with the delimiter one. So progress has been made. You know what? I'll take that. Removed lines. What is all this, by the way? Change lines. Oh, is this like since the last time I saved or something? I'm guessing is what these are indicating. Or maybe today. I don't know what this is all. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Image. So yeah, I think I need to change this to behave like what we just did with the delimiter, where it properly just ignores anything that's not a text and just appends it. Oh, it's related to GitHub? Okay. It's like all the changes since I last committed or something. Ugh, pardon. Once you sync, they disappear. Got it. I gotta remember what I was writing here. Oh, by the way, Blaster, I think you were the one yesterday. You were asking me, like, why was I doing the split this way, like, with the images, kind of like in a kind of a confusing way. And I realized after the fact that they actually suggest it. Like, this is their suggestion of how you can do the split. So that's where I got that from. Because I was like, I don't know, it just works. But remember, I worked on that like weeks prior, so I couldn't remember exactly. But that is where it came from. Uh, what are we doing? So we need to check the node type. Oh, I could probably rename these too, because we'll put that back to output node. I think that's a good name for it. Append the node. You know what? Well, I already started typing here. I was gonna not do the Control F2 just in case it would mess it up elsewhere, but I think the only spot this is gonna be renamed is where I would want it to be named. This would be a problem. Oh yeah, never mind. It's gonna rename these areas. You know, let's just type it. Easy enough. What's today? Wednesday? Just remember, it's Minecraft Day. Chad has given attention to Finnegan 140 times this year. Just curious. I want to see what if the stats were still pulling up nicely. It has been said the fool has learned one time. Nobody thinks I'm learning. How sad. At least you could copy and paste the new name. I could. You not like it that I'm typing it every time? Here you go. Oh, don't change it there. There you go. At least 2 times. All right. I'll accept that. Okay. So it's not text, then we just
Did you see
add the
them?
node.
They're here. They have followed
Hey,
you.
Pink
They're
Proton,
watching
thanks for
you.
the follow.
They are watching you. They can't stop watching. The follows, they are following. Thank you for the follow. It is appreciated.
Also, nobody said anything, but the music looks like it's probably a little loud. Hold on. I'm checking. I need to look up how to do the ducking better. The ducking definitely is not working like I thought it was supposed to. I could watch the meters, and when I talk, it barely moves. Should duck more. Let me try something here real quick with that. Maybe I've got this to the complete wrong direction. Let's go. Does that do any ducking? No, no ducking. I can see it. All right, I'll play with the ducking later. Windows double click also gets post spaces, which I hate, but in Linux it selects whole word without post spaces. Yeah, it can be a little weird sometimes with the double clicking on a word. That's actually why I wasn't doing it at first, and I was like, I should just try it, and that worked out just fine. Okay. I think this is fine. This is one of the changes we made on the previous, and it was the right thing to do. If there are images, is it right to just return the old nodes at this point? I guess so, because it just says that there's no images found. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, never mind. Never mind. We're in the nodes. We're good. But do we want to return old nodes here, or would we... I don't think we'd return old nodes. We would just append... I think we would just append the node, the output node. Right? I think so. That makes more sense to me. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about that, Catboy. We should have watched the raid. We should have watched the Bill and I clip when I took my break earlier. We'll do it at the end of the stream. If you need to take off before that, I can maybe make an exception, but I should have done it when we took our break. You know what? Let's just do it now. Otherwise, I'll probably forget, and I should have done it earlier, so I do owe you. Catboy paid for a clip to be watched, and I mentioned I wanted Bill Eyelash. I don't know why you're calling him Bill Eyelash. Wanted a science clip. So we've got something to watch all together. Hopefully this educates everybody. Let me minimize that. Let's bring over this video here. What, did you not learn anything right there, Bubble? Cap or Raid spent the points to have us watch a clip, and I was supposed to do it when we did our break earlier, and I forgot to. So I was just doing it now because I owed Raid the clip. Oh, that's what Bill Eyelash was Billie Eilish. Well, we still got the Bill and I clip out of the way that I forgot to do. But I hope you all learned something. It was a very good science clip. Thank you for that. Oh, wrong thing. There are clip redeems, yes. 1 minute and 5 minutes. 2 different point values, just because I didn't want to have the same point value for shorter clips, so I figured I'll split it by 1 and 5. I feel like there needs to be somebody who does a mashup and make it Bill and Eilish. The 5 minute deal one should be slightly cheaper as a bundle deal. What do you mean it should be? Isn't it 2,000 for the 1 minute? So 5 minutes being 5,000 is already a lot cheaper than redeeming 1 minutes. Hold on, how much did I have them charged for? Let me make sure. Yeah, watch a video clip is 2,000 for 1 minute. So you're getting quite a discount if you go for a 5 minute one if you want a longer clip. But I figured that way people can play like music videos or something. That logic don't math. Logic don't math. No logic maths. Yep. It's a lot cheaper if you want to go for a longer one. That was intended. I priced it accordingly. Maybe I'll bring the price of the 1 minute down a little bit. Maybe it could be like 1,500. Just so it's a little closer. Will that make you a little happier? I'll do it right now. Otherwise, I'll probably forget till later until somebody reminds me. Most of you have too many points, so I have to keep things a slightly higher value. Because many of you are getting like tens of thousands of points, and I can't have that. Yeah, 4.2. Yeah, well, some of you also spend your points willy-nilly. Yes, it can. I dropped the price. It's 1,500 now. It's a little better. But there is still a bundle discount if you go for a 5 minute clip, if you want a longer one. All right. Or do you want the 5 minute to cost more? Yeah, I do like of Monsters and Men. I've listened to a lot of them in the past. I know the song quite well. All right, let's fix this. Oh, it's done as an else. Okay. I was gonna just do a continue. I think continue works fine too. Instead of having it be an else and indented. Don't you get some bonus points with all the raids and everything I do though too? All right, let me see here. We're gonna change up how this is working because this needs to work closer to the delimiter. Did I check up on the experiment from last night? You're gonna have to remind me. I don't even remember at this point. Oh yes, the points earned. I got points on what was it? I think only 2 channels, not even 4. I did check up though afterwards. So I figure I will start lurking on fewer and then keep watching the points. Maybe I'll add 1 channel at a time and see when I notice exactly if it stops earning points on channels. Or no, I had points on 3 channels. Maybe it was 3. Yeah, so the discussion was how many channels can you lurk on before you stop getting points for the different channels and being counted as a viewer. And it seems it's somewhere in the 2, 3, 4 range, maybe. Yeah, right now I am lurking on 3 channels, and I'll keep an eye on the points. Not that I'm going to be streaming for too much longer today. So there are extensions that make it so you stay active. I have an extension on Chrome that like automatically does the clicking for the bonus points and everything. So I think that helps you stay active. But I don't know. Anyway, you heard nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. So we're gonna append. So only if there's text. Only if it's text. I think we essentially just need to do what we have up here. I'm not sure about that because there are some channels that I'll leave up for hours, and when I click over there, I definitely have like thousands of more points, or not thousands, but hundreds. All right, sounds good, Bruce. Enjoy your Duolingo. Good luck on learning another language. I've been still working on my Japanese daily. Hey there, Gaffa. We're moving slowly. We're moving. I'm rewriting stuff that I did because now that we're like using it for other stuff, it turns out it's breaking things, and I found out that I was writing it wrong. No, this was before I even started using that extension. I only started using the extension like a week ago. And I have pages that I certainly have not sat on, like, and actually watched that I have like 10,000 plus points on. And I certainly 100% am not sitting there watching their streams because I lurk while I'm streaming and stuff. And that was, like I said, before I was using the extension. Okay. So if I want to copy from this, I think I just want to. Pretty much this exact thing, I think, would be what I would need. Except I don't need to do the delimiter exception thing here. Let me see what this is doing if I could do that. Yeah, I think so. Oops. Cut. Wanted to copy. Let's not get rid of all that, just in case I want to look at some of it for anything in particular. That's not what it is anymore. I had a VIP one, but nobody liked it. So I got rid of it. Now there's the best Finnegan friend. That's your VIP. And only a single person gets it. I need to probably start handing out VIP stuff a bit more, though. Okay, I don't need this. This is just for the delimiter. Ah, that's right. I renamed these too. Right? Where was it? Text and text without delimiter. Ah, yeah, it's right here. Never mind. It's already there. I wonder if his butt's on camera. Oh, of course. I forgot. The button doesn't work. I need to set up. I need to play with my Stream Deck more. Nope. His butt's out of camera frame. Sorry. He's laying in front of me, but not far enough over. Oh, I put output nodes, and it was output node this whole time. Oh, that's because I copied it from up here, right? A different phrase. That's fine. Output node. Actually, it should be nodes, now that I think about it. Let's update that so it's actually correct. And then this is not necessary. I'm going to pay attention to this down here. No Finnegan booty. I'm sorry. Not every day can be a Finnegan booty day. He just got up and ran. Barking at somebody. Oh, wait. This is going to be... Hold on, bring... I've got to fix a bunch of stuff. Let me see how it appended. Is that the right thing to append, though? All right. This definitely needs... to append images, but I feel like if there's multiple images, that's not going to be the right thing. Yeah, he's always a wild Finnegan. Yeah, so far, most of you have not heard Finnegan get actually aggressive. He will. How have you guys not hit your limits again? Even... Oh, this is a perfect song Bubble, you skipped it on purpose just to get this song. Oh, wait. No, that's my... Twitch just did something weird and popped up this skip thing again. You didn't actually skip the Billie Eilish song, but I skipped it anyway. That's fine. But it made it like flashed on the screen like you skipped a song, but I think it was updating the time. I don't know what it was doing. Somehow it flashed. Anyway, here you go. Here's your bubble song. Now, I would argue that this is a bad song. I do not like the song. Yeah, it's a real hood classic. I've never liked it. I just think it's an annoying song. I can't remember, our if statement's supposed to be like spaced out like that for readability. Cult classic? It's a huge favorite by people. I don't know if I'd call this a cult classic. I feel like this mostly works. Yes, no, maybe? It's essentially doing the same thing. This is the main thing I have a problem with. This doesn't make sense, but it worked before, and I don't know why. You need 500,000 for Cleo. Is that to get the VIP? Good luck getting the VIP on that channel. 500,000 is a lot of points. JT has nearly half that on my channel, and his hours watched are like 370 or something like that. And I think he's been subscribed for some of that, so he gets double the points or whatever. You are one of the top yappers. You're not the top yapper yet. JT still is ahead of you. Blastoderm is ahead of you. You are third in the yapping order. But you climbed quickly. You are the most chats per hour watched. I will say that. May not be unsurprising, but probably right on your heels of chats per hour watched is Mia. Yeah, I don't have anything that tracks length of message, I'm sorry to say. I enjoy your lurking there, Shoujo. Literally can't make longer messages. Yeah, it's an age thing, I think. Your generation. It's tough. I get it. Oh, wait. Images. Extracting. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's I got rid of the recursion aspect. That's why this isn't going to work the way I want it to. Okay. Now I gotta think. I probably have to do a 4 then. Instead of... Which is fine. It's probably not the worst thing to do it that way. For image and images. Instead of doing it recursively. I was like, why is this not gonna work right? What's going on? Yeah, that's it. Bubble is not 47. Don't worry. Yeah, I had recursion before I replaced it with this updated code, and it worked for what it was doing. But also, I don't think it's necessary. I think I just ultimately, yeah, it's just more than I needed. I just need to now update this to all be image instead of images. And also, it'll not be that. There we go. Because now image is just a 2D. Imagine being old. I can't even imagine, Foff. You know, this is a good time to mention it. Let me grab a link real quick here. For anybody who's willing, not a requirement, but is willing, you can go here and set your pronouns. And if you have the extension on your browser, I think it requires the extension, you can see what pronouns people set. I use it in my chat, so I can see what pronouns people have selected. Very few people have done it in my chat. I haven't really pushed it, but it is helpful. Because otherwise, I just generally try to refer to most people as they, unless they have specifically noted in some way what their gender is, what their pronouns are. Did you just set yours? Is that what you're saying, Raid? Let me refresh. I'm not seeing yours. Firebot has it built in? Yeah, I don't see yours at all. I see mine. I see JT's because he said it. Oh, up to 15 minutes. You broke your mic stand? Why'd you go and do that, Foff? Hopefully your fix works. Huh. I wonder if Firebot has that extension built in or something, and that they already set theirs previously using that site. But you do need to set it on that site. Otherwise, I don't think it'll be picked up by anybody who's using the extension. I don't know. I don't remember. I can reopen it. I don't remember exactly what you do here. I think you have to attach your Twitch account. You know, approve it to attach. And then if you want to have it yourself to see, you have to get the extension, which I have a Chrome extension that works. But pretty much it. It's helpful. I like having it. Again, it's not something that I require, obviously, but I have suggested a couple times in the past, and I'll update my Twitch panels eventually to indicate that it's helpful if people want to use it. Let me check Firebot again real quick. Let me look at the general list. Yeah, Firebot shows it for me, but I can't see anybody else's. Yeah, I imagine if if you're gender fluid or if you have one that's not in their list or something, it can be annoying. Do they not have a gender fluid option? What is in here? I guess they don't. Or any, I suppose. I don't know. Does that count for gender fluid? Is that what you would select? I guess not, because gender fluid is not that you go by any. It's just that it switches depending on whenever it changes. Yeah, that you use all. So yeah, I guess there isn't a great one for somebody who's gender fluid. That could be updated. I wonder. I wonder if they could take a request to allow something like that. Yeah, it changes to a specific one instead of just being any at any time. All right. I wouldn't say it's basically it shares somewhat of the concept, but like we said, it's specific. You have a specific pronouns that you want to be used, but at specific times. It's not that you want to be called any pronoun at any time. Yeah, it's definitely not the same. That's why when I said that, and I was like, oh wait, no, that's not how it would work at all. Okay, I correct that above. I think this will fix that. That'll work. Should we test this? We haven't tested. I know that it's going to break some of the other ones probably, but yeah, all the image ones are breaking. Oh, it's because it's. Oh, is it still? Hold on here. Did I not save it? No, I did. Shouldn't image. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah. No, that is right. Right? Oh, it's images. That's why. I was like, this is not behaving the way I would expect it to. Well, still didn't fix it. Oh, because this should be one. Still not fixed. All right, one step at a time. What do we got going on now? All right, let me think what it's doing. So it goes through the first one. Oh, yeah. That's why it's not working. Add some Python beautifier add-on. Yeah, I think when I did all the add-ons, I asked people what they wanted me to get, and I think I even asked whether I should get a beautifier, and nobody wanted me to have a beautifier at the time. I don't know much about the beautifiers, what they would do, or what kind of cool things I would get from it. So I think this is different because it does the extraction stuff, which is not what I was doing before. So how do I want to do this? You already do it manually in typing. Are you telling me my code's not beautiful? That hurts. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I started a little late today because I was having some tech issues. But we'll be wrapping this up here shortly. Okay, so I get what this is doing for each image and images. This is the problem, is I'm doing this for each image and images. But otherwise, I don't know how to iterate through this to have this behave properly, because I do need to go through them. I'm not really crazy about this extraction method that they have us do, but they do tell me to use it, so I don't want to like remove it and do it my own way. Let me go. I don't think they really give you a whole lot of information here, but let me go back to this. Yeah, make use of the extraction functions we wrote, but how? What's a good way to do it? I can think of a way to do it without the extraction, because it's pretty much just what I already have happening with the delimiter one and what I tried to do essentially here. I suppose each time it goes through, I'm back to the idea of doing like the -1 element, because I just want the last text element essentially. Node and old nodes. Getting back to the idea of like maybe recursion would be good. Old nodes. For each block, like if, while, for, needs a blank line before and after. Yeah, I started doing a bit more of that. That's why you can see I got the lines here, because I was like, oh, this should probably be a little cleaner here. I can add another one there. We can add here, here, here. There. Is that a little better? I don't know if you need one if the if is right after like an else. Oh no, that one mostly covers Finnegan's face. Okay. Well, That's kind of what I was wondering, is if I would need it if the next thing is another block, like right here. I'm guessing the same would be for like an else. You wouldn't need another line if the else goes right into an if. To me, it doesn't look like it needs one. You're delayed, so it's hard for me to know, Blastoderm, on which one you're saying is perfect. Well, either way, we'll come back to this tomorrow. We'll fix up the images and the links that I had already done, but we'll make them better, stronger. Whatever the $6 million man thing is. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Catboy, you're the one that specifically is like always changing your device. Yeah, I'll grab a beautifier. Remind me of that tomorrow, Blaster. If you pop in, just yell at me right away to go get a beautifier and tell me which one, and I'll get it at that point. But I'm gonna get out of here. So let's raid somebody, and then we will move on. Who is on right now? Is Sheps on? We haven't seen Sheps in a while. Sheps is not on today. I was gonna send you to Sheps. Yeah, I generally try to raid smaller streamers overall. If somebody spends their channel points to guide a raid and it goes to a larger streamer, I'll do it. We've done it before. I've raided Primogen because somebody paid for it. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll do it. And I felt really silly because I'm sending Primogen like 7 people. It was like 12 or whatever it was. But you really want me to send it to Pirate Software? You put joking, but you spent the points. Don't actually? All right, you want me to just give you your points back? Or did you have somebody else you wanted me to raid? Funny for the meme. I'm assuming he's so large that he wouldn't even notice if it was somebody that was like 15 people. It doesn't have to be coding. I generally send to coding because Blastoderm really likes me to send people to coding, but if you want to pay for the raid to go somewhere else, I will go wherever. Yeah, he's 20k right now. Yeah, Don the developer is on. I saw that. But if somebody wanted to pay to send the raid elsewhere, or we can try and find somebody new that we haven't seen before. I'm just looking up software development. Go to a small Minecraft streamer. Well, I tend to stick to programming unless somebody else like really wants me to go to some, like if you had a specific person that you're going to pay for, or if there's like somebody that I haven't seen in a while, maybe I'd raid them. All right. Foff has done it. Foff has spent the points. All right, we're going to Warframe. The Lori. 2 days until Z album, whatever that's all about. All right, let's send you over to Lori here. Playing some Warframe. Hey, you spent the points. We're going to Lori. All right, if you're going to chat over there, be friendly. If you want to lurk over there, you can lurk as well. That usually helps a lot of smaller streamers, though she's bigger than me. And if you want to go do your own thing, do your own thing. I'll be back online I'm going to take him for a walk. It'll probably be about the normal hour and a half or so. And that's Life's Good. And then I will be back for probably do a little bit more of, I guess I got to do a doodle, but I also will probably do a little bit of like stream maintenance type stuff before we then hop into games. We'll see. Anyway, have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow for more coding if you're not going to see me through the rest of the day. Otherwise, I'll see you then. Yeah, the LG brand is Life's Good. All right.